High value VA claims. Denied VA claims, Chapter 35 benefits, Champ VA benefits. Active duty military taking part in the BDD or benefits delivery at discharge. Let your boy know. Hey, I'll be on here for the next 30 minutes or so, depending on the live, how the chats be. But as always, hope y'all having a good Wednesday afternoon in the VA disability claims process. You got any questions, comments, concerns? Let your boy know. Gonna be answering questions and stuff. But hey, until I get a question, per usual, let's jump into it. This sun is doing its job today. It's motherfucking hot. Hey, what's up? Hey, as y'all come in, by all means, if y'all got any questions on the VA disability claims process, let your boy know. As well as, if some of y'all haven't heard or seen, for those of y'all who are currently receiving SoFlam, don't slip on filing a claim ASAP and documenting your conditions on active duty. Yes, sir. If you are active duty military, stop BSing. Oh, my chain of command, they're going to, hey, if you're planning on getting out, it does not matter what your chain of command, your sergeant major, your fucking chicken man colonel says, you're getting out. So best prepare for that by going to medical, getting diagnosis if you don't already have a diagnosis from years of treatment. Any injuries that have gone 100%, yes, so flam, yes, sir. Oh, motherfucking LA in the house, motherfucking Debo. Do I need an in-service event for sleep apnea? Yes, sir. You don't need an event. However, if you have complaints of sleep disturbances, sleep issues for any claims for VA for sleep apnea, that's definitely going to plus up that claim. But there's a lot of contributing factors that play into sleep apnea. One of the main things is, weight gain. Another thing is excessive smoking, inefficient sleeping patterns. If you're deployed or in a, constant training routine, drill instructors and stuff, any type of support personnel, at least in, combat training, drill instructors, possibly in A schools or your specific school, MOS, those are high prevalent jobs and duties in the military that causes sleep apnea. Of course, if you did 8 years and towards the tail end of the 4 years, you started gaining weight. Hey, why were you gaining weight? Was it due to an injury that you had in service, that you was possibly on a treatment profile, light duty warrior, limb do warrior, doesn't matter. Hey, you definitely got to attack sleep apnea claims for the VA a little bit more with precision because the VA likes to deny sleep apnea a lot. I mean, you can look at me. My first claim for sleep apnea was denied by the VA due to some BS until I learned about the VA claims process. I'm like, okay, I worked on my personal, not worked on it, but, I looked for specific details in which the VA looks for when they're adjudicating claims for sleep apnea. How the personal statement should be structured. If you're filing direct claims, what information do they like to see on that claim? As well as buddy statements go a long way. If you have any buddies who served with you in combat, outside of combat, peacetime, whatever the case, someone who's going to corroborate your story, that's going to be the best, medical evidence that you can give to the VA in absence or in the lapse of having, 5 years worth of you going into medical complaining every day you're having sleep issues. Even if that's the case, if you don't know how to, even with me, I had in-service complaints of sleep issues. The VA denied me. When I submitted that supplemental, hey, I pulled all of that information from my STR, service treatment record, added it to that claim. I'm like, okay, hey. And in my personal statement, the first thing I addressed, hey, this supplemental is for my previously denied sleep apnea VA claim from 2018. The reasons y'all denied me back then was first due to lack of in-service complaints. Here are my complaints. And I referenced them. What's up, Keith Sweat, motherfucker? Nobody. Hey, what's up, dog? What's good with you with a killer? Huh? But going back to the sleep apnea denied claim. I put in my claim, supplemental, in my personal statement, the first line, and I underlined it as well. I was denied due to lack of in-service complaints. Hey, yes, sir, but y'all didn't fully look through my medical record, because if you did, you've seen that I have multiple complaints revolving around sleep issues from post my second deployment up until I got separated from the military. Definitely, I pulled that for my STR, as well as the second reason they denied me was due to, incompetent personal statement. I just said, give me benefits. And it's like, oh no, sit down, dog. You ain't getting shit but 10%, dog. So, hey, okay, blah, blah, blah. In reference to my previously denied claim, this personal statement should alleviate any doubt, as well as it should be a lot more competent than the last one. Hey, and I went to details. I started from my second deployment. I pulled, it was only one page. I used Microsoft Word. You don't have to utilize the VA's form for a personal statement. But if you use Word document, PowerPoint maybe, you definitely want to make sure it's organized and it flows. Hey, I do got a video on specific format of at least the personal statement that I've been utilizing for the VA since I got back into the claims process back in 2020. And every claim I've submitted since then, from 10% to 100% permanent total, as well as helping out other veterans, every claim has got service connected. All denied claims have gotten reversed because gotta hit him with that right arm of Debo. You understand me? Going from there, as well as I pulled all my medical evidence. I re-pulled that sleep apnea diagnosis that I had 4 to 5 months post military. So any disabilities, especially for those veterans who are still within that year post their service separation date, that year period following it is considered a presumptive period. So if there's any disabilities that arise, you put in a claim, you got sufficient medical evidence. Hopefully you have a good treating physician, either at the VA medical facility or through private medical if you're already working, or you're a spouse friend, they're chicken wing you on their medical. Hopefully that doctor works with you and they attribute any disabilities towards your military service, or at least evaluate your service treatment record, because this is the same thing a C&P examiner is going to do whenever you submit that claim. Okay, cool. That claim specialist, they're gonna, got this, and that. If you have everything, they're gonna send you into a C&P exam, and that C&P examiner, they're filling out a DBQ, as well as providing an IMO, independent medical opinion, nexus letter, whatever the fuck, for free, as well as they're evaluating your service treatment record and any current medical treatment. Hopefully that answers your question. Motherfucking goddamn SoFlam, or was that LA? I think that was LA. Why can't I see my messages? I can't see them. Okay, I can't go back up for some reason. But, hey, y'all got any questions? Let your boy know. On the VA disability claims process, denied VA claims, PACT Act presumptive conditions, denied, I already said denied, high value VA claims, active duty military, transitioning out, take advantage of that BDD. Hopefully I ain't sweating too bad. Just got out the gym. Understand me? Where my water at? Any questions at all? Questions? How's your day going, motherfucker? Keith Sweat. When's the next concert? Motherfucking Twisted. No, honey, Twisted. Come on, dog. So Flam. What's Gucci with it? Any questions? Comments? Let's check out some PACT Act presumptive condition information. Anything at all. Questions? And if y'all got questions, by all means, please feel free to ask. Don't wait until the end. LA. What are the chances to get... what are the chances to win a secondary claim for sleep apnea from PTSD and chronic pain? So, when it comes to sleep apnea, so for VA, it's very hard to initially get chronic pain of anything service-connected. First, you gotta be service-connected first, and then rise up through the tiers. At least for back, for example. From 0 to 40%, they're taking into consideration range of degrees. and how all that adds up together. After 40% for your back, the VA looks at your claim. Okay, is it ankylosis and pain associated with that disability? But as far as sleep apnea being secondary to, possibly your back pain or PTSD, there's strong medical evidence of the links. One of the most common claims that veterans do claim is due to PTSD medication causing the veteran to gain weight, which is now, medically obese. The medical obesity contributes towards sleep apnea. Oh, and you can definitely work with your primary care provider in order to get that. Motherfucker, Ruben! How do I claim sleep apnea is secondary to chronic sinusitis? So definitely you're gonna need to work with your ear, nose, and throat doctor or your primary care provider. I would definitely, possibly conduct a sleep study, in-person sleep study with them so they can assess you if you haven't already. But if not, at the very least, that your primary care provider, if they've been treating you for a long time for chronic sinusitis as well as for sleep apnea, they should be able to look at your CAT scans, look at any hospitalizations, and they can contribute the two as a causation. They can contribute your sinusitis is causing sleep apnea due to X, Y, and Z factors. Hopefully that answers your question, motherfucker Ruben. Motherfucking Keith Sweat. I looked at the VA news conference, and they are looking at why so many veterans are receiving 0% for nothing for hypertension. So that all goes to, I'm sure, I've spoken to a lot of veterans. They're between the C&P examiner and the VA rater. Some of these VA raters are young. They don't know. They're fucking crazy. And you're supposed, like in the M21-1 adjudication manual, it says if a veteran is going in for a hypertension, high blood pressure claim, whenever they go in there, they're supposed to get 3 to 6 readings in that day. Not all at once. It needs to be spread out throughout the day. That's what the M21-1 adjudication manual says. And, for the purposes of going through claims, possibly these VA raters, especially the young ones, they're just saying, okay, they did it 3 times within 10 minutes. This is good for me. Or if the veteran, it's either the veteran is obtaining those 3 readings by their primary care provider on a random given day. Hey, let's say you're going to go for the next 2 weeks. Okay, Monday, you're going to go 3 times, 8 o'clock, motherfucking 12 o'clock, motherfucking 4 o'clock before they close, possibly Wednesday and Friday. Those readings will be taken into consideration whenever, if in absence of that VA, that C&P examiner doing it for them. So the VA, they're looking at both. But I think what's happening is some of these young VA raters, they're just seeing, okay, 3 were conducted. They're not looking at the time lapse in between. And that's how a lot of veterans are receiving 0%. Because it's not, you're supposed to, okay, you should be taking readings as soon as you wake up, midday, after you've had a meal, walked around, looked at clouds and shit, take another reading, and then at the end of the day, it should be periodized. You know what I'm talking about. It should be spread out. But so flam, just listen and learn. Appreciate your stripe, dog. But yeah, Keith Sweat. I think that's what's really going on. Definitely with these young VA raters. And a lot of veterans, they're only getting 0%, maybe 10%. I don't know why the VA is trying to it could be a 60% claim, 40% for most. But a lot of veterans aren't taking the time, obviously, to not only look at the CFR 38, but then go into, they may not even know about the M21-1 adjudication manual, which shows how the C&P examiner and the VA rater needs to be looking at the medical evidence, as well as how they should be processing these claims. But hopefully, for those veterans who are seeking hypertension, that they come across this motherfucking video, get your boy motherfucking like, me, motherfucking Soul Flam, gotta hop off, but always good information. Oh, appreciate your Soul Flam, appreciate your strife. Hit that like button on the way out, dog. Understand me? Hey, as y'all coming in, let me know. Y'all got any questions on the VA disability claims process, high value VA claims, denied VA claims, advice on VA claims and disabilities. Pardon me, too much water. Let your boy know. Motherfucker Keith Sweat. The scale is so high, you must, yeah, exactly. You must be a walking stroke or a heart attack to get rated. Shaking my head. Yes, sir. And I mean, it is sad. Because, like, okay, if you're having high blood pressure on a regular basis, yeah, maybe you're not getting into your doctor every day to get, medical readings, official readings, but you can get unofficial readings if you got like a high blood pressure machine at home, going to CVS, motherfucking Walmart, put your thumb, put your arm in the fucking thing, possibly do a video like, hey, I got cameras, I got pictures, hey, this is my blood pressure. And it's associated with the 20%, the 40%, the 60% criteria. Why is it when I go into this C&P exam, this C&P examiner, they're doing 3 times, blah, blah, blah. The M21-1 says something else. The C&P examiner's not even telling me anything. And definitely, once it gets to that VA rater, they're probably just so bogged down with claims. They're just trying to get it out of the queue. So I think that's what's happening. And then, which is causing a lot of veterans to go back into the process and be stuck in the higher level review or appeals process. If that claim is not approved at 0, most of those claims are denied. Not most, but, a good chunk are denied. About 30% according to the PACT Act presumptive. But, anything else? Any other questions, comments, concerns, gripes? Anything else? Let me look at that live chat. Staying Gucci with it. Friday is upon us. Hopefully y'all staying cool, drinking water. It's 107. Right now where I'm at, hot as a mo. I'm drinking all the water. Do you understand me? Any questions at all? Questions, comments. All right, until I get a question per the usual, I'll just start talking out the side of my neck. Did upload a new video on effective poking the bear. That poking the bear, it's stupid. It's like, okay, if you're trying to get to 100%, obviously you gotta poke somebody. You ain't gonna poke yourself. Might as well poke the bear, especially the motherfucking. This new son is taking this job way too serious. Yes, sir, motherfucker. Hey, you gotta cool it down with them songs. Keep sweat. You got serenade it, dog. Like, hey, come on, dog. You know what I'm talking about. Me. But I was talking to my buddy yesterday, motherfucking Bill Cosby. Y'all understand me? And he was talking about putting in some claims. Yes, sir. There you go. Putting in some claims to get P&T. For those veterans who are trying to get P&T, speaking of Bill Cosby, hit me up right now. Motherfucker, his ears must be burning. But, I was trying to explain to him, you need to have static, all your disabilities need to be static in order to obtain permanent total. Just the rough skinny of it. But the process that goes through, first you need to obtain your VA rating code sheet to see which disabilities you have static. Static disability means permanent, meaning at one point, either your VA provider or your private medical provider provided in their notes saying, hey, this disability will last. This is the baseline. It's not going to get better. It may maintain itself or it may get worse, but it's not going to get better. And that establishes permanency on your road to permanent total benefits, baby. That's the rough skinny of it. And we're talking about that. He was saying, like, okay, if I file 3 or 4 more things, is that going to push me to P&T? I'm like, no, you're already at 100%. First of all, I would ask, go to your VSO, request a VA rating code sheet. From there, you can see if you have any static disabilities. If you don't, if you got a few, cool. If you got a few, you're that much closer to, okay, P&T. But if you have none, you definitely need to get with your primary care provider or with your VA medical provider in order to, like, hey, I'm at 100% VA disability. I'm trying to, attain the P&T status, permanent total. Can you evaluate my disabilities and, put somewhere in your notes that they're permanent, a level of permanency, saying, especially if you're, like 60 plus, it's not going to get better with age. There's no like reverse aging type of, nothing out there in the world. Maybe in China, I don't know, dab on them. But for us lonely folks in the U.S., there ain't nothing like that. We're only getting worse with time, especially with Starbucks and McDonald's out there. So definitely, if you up there in age, if you or even if you maintain a disability for more than 10 years and it's not considered static yet, at that point you should be going to your doctor or your VA medical provider and be like, hey, I've had these disabilities for 10 years. They've only gotten worse throughout the years, obviously. Well, can you evaluate me for permanency now? I mean, I don't know what you're waiting on until you retire and then you're enjoying your benefits, but I'm still over here trying to get permanent, PNT status. So definitely, hey, luckily for me, when all of my claims were considered static, permanent due to the medical evidence I supplied, as well as through the doctor's notes. I utilize all private medical. I tried going the VA medical route, and it just wanted me to stick my big toe in my eye. I wasn't about it. I was done with it. There are some good VA medical providers out there. However, the ones who were, at least in my immediate vicinity, were all fucking BS. Up the wazoo. But hey, I know y'all like hearing me talk, but if y'all got any questions on the VA disability claims process, high value VA claims, denied VA claims, GI Bill, benefits, champ VA, motherfucking, let your boy know. Any comments, concerns, let me know. But yeah, because there's a difference between 100 and 100% PNT. One of the main differences is access to the dependent education program, as well as champ VA, total or increased property tax exemptions, as well as, depending on your state, or if you can finagle it, the vehicle exemption for your registration. But some things to look at. I mean, some veterans, they're cool with 100%. They dabbing on it, they're cool, they Gucci. Hey, that's good. And as y'all coming in, y'all got any questions on the VA disability claims process, denied claims, let your boy know. But yeah, depends on your state. I know Texas, people swear Texas got the best benefits for veterans. I don't know if it's worth the heat that's out there or the cold. Y'all keep that to y'all. It's usually Central America. They have the best benefits for veterans when it comes, depending on their levels. I know you can be 60% in Texas and get the disabled veteran plates, as well as increased property tax exemption if it's not fully exempt. But it's definitely not worth the heat. I don't know how y'all do it. Y'all keep the motherfucking Cowboys over there, baby. Me. Any questions at all? Gotta stay Gucci with it. And no, this ain't the sticky icky. This is just regular Funk Republic. Keith Sweat. What should be the strategy for any standard claim? An example. What should always be in the package? Standard claims. Okay, bare minimum. Foundation for all claims. You should have a diagnosis. Well, the first thing, you should have a personal statement. Front page talks about everything that's in the package. You're going to be referring to dates, in service, as well as current treatment. After that, highlight, circle, fucking blow up your diagnosis, whether it was in service or out of service, depending on, if you had in service complaints, you never got a diagnosis, but you got out, you either got with a good VA medical provider or you just went the private medical route because they're fucking like that quick of giving diagnosis, as well as, all the treatment options that are available to you. Have that, page number 2. Page number 3, any buddy or lay statements associated with the claim. And then after that, you should have all your, any pertinent treatment history. Definitely, you're going to provide the VA with, access to obtain the medical documents. But if you have it already available for them, okay, if it's in your service treatment record, refer to whatever the fuck date this is. Highlight everything. If you have your service treatment record, you could possibly, look at the page numbers and then provide that to the VA. That's going a little overboard, but I just think if you at least have a page from your service treatment record, as well as your current medical provider, it's going to do a lot for that claim. And that's pretty much it. That's all you need for any claim, especially for direct service. For secondary, you need even less, but you still just need a personal statement, buddy statements, diagnosis, and your medical evidence needs to show causation. How is that already service-connected disability causing this secondary disability? Like, you don't have to talk about something that happened 45 years ago and, when you was in fucking station in Guam. Motherfucker, LA. What is considered as prostrating and migraines? Okay, prostrating migraines and according to the VA. All right, no problem, motherfucker. Keep sweat, motherfucker. Nobody. I know more songs, but they're not coming up to the head, you know. But anyways, LA. So prostrating, they like to see throbbing. I mean, most private medical providers, they're not gonna put prostrating on any type of medical evidence. You gotta either tell them or write it down in secured messages. Throbbing and frequent pulsating is the terms that most private medical providers do write down in your treatment notes as well as your complaint history. They'll put that down, as well as if you have the Migraine Buddy app. Whenever you go in to see your neurologist or primary care provider, like, hey, here's my app, prostrating, you can see all this shit. Or if you want to print out that information from the Migraine Buddy app, you can download it, email it to them, attach it to a secure message, print it off, hand it to them in person. They can see that shit and they can type, like, hey, can you add this to my medical profile because I'm trying to do a VA disability claim. Already service connected for migraines, but I'm trying to get an increase. I think the stigma, or there's like this misconception that private doctors aren't willing to help veterans, but most of them are. They just don't know how to, especially when it comes to DBQs, IMOs, or Nexus letters. If you need a doctor to provide you with a Nexus letter, all they really need to do in that Nexus letter or independent medical opinion is say they've been, obviously they've been treating you for X amount of months or years. They need to review your service treatment record. Like, this is the verbiage that they need. It's like similar to the DBQ and IMO. I mean, you could take that, but okay, this is what they need. I've reviewed motherfucker Keith Sweat service treatment record, and I have seen him complaints as well as injuries in service. I've been treating him for this issue since he's been separated from the military for 5 years, 10 years, whatever the case may be. Just unknown IBS issues. He's just been blowing it up his back for the last fucking 5 years. And, it's not IBS. It's not, motherfucking this and that, but it is contributing towards, his military service did contribute to this due to his tour in Iraq or Afghanistan. That's definitely, hey, motherfucker, Keith Sweat, there you go, motherfucker, gotta keep it a little. Gotta keep it a little funny, like make y'all laughing and shit over here. I know this VA shit is boring, but you gotta make it a little seasoned. You understand me? Definitely, you could definitely work with your primary care provider. I know I did, as well as with any specialist. Like, I call up, like I got PPO or even when I had HMO, it doesn't matter. If you got private medical, you can call different doctors within your network and outside your network if you're willing to pay the additional thing, like $25 to $100, whatever the case may be. But definitely call if you find a doctor that's willing to help you in service or outside of network. I will recommend getting with them, calling them up prior to wasting your time. 5 months, even a month is too much time wasted because you possibly are going in once a week, try to build some medical evidence, complaints, especially if you haven't seen a doctor in a while. But definitely, if you're going to the VA. If that doctor's not helping you, request the community care. They'll push you out to a private medical provider. It's still provided through the VA, but it's separated. You know what I'm talking about? Some of those doctors are a little bit more appealing to veterans, as well as if you're working or if a private medical provider is available to you. I would always recommend going that route because they're easy to work with. Coach, mode, all that stuff. If you need DBQs, usually it's a copay or an IMO Nexus letter, if it's not a full blown letter, they could just add that information to your treatment notes. Like, hey, I've reviewed this, blah blah blah. Hey, you got any questions? Give me a call. I'm at motherfucking Marine Corps Way. Understand? So yeah. Any other questions? Hey, as y'all coming in, by all means, y'all got any questions on the VA disability claims process, denied VA claims, first VA claims, any ideas, advice you need, let your boy know. High value VA claims. Gotta take a sip. Gotta take a sip for all my veterans over there roasting in Texas. Y'all keep that heat, baby. As well as in is it Midwest? Mid-East? Gotta be Mid-East, right? Motherfucking Georgia, Kentucky, Keep that heat, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. Oh, no, baby. Keep that over there. Keep it over there. Any questions, comments, concerns at all? Let your boy know. Anything at all? Let me see. Let me check on some VA's information. Any questions at all? Please don't be shy. Ask your questions. If no questions are asked, I'm just gonna jump off. But please feel free to ask questions. Don't be shy. Don't wait until your boy's trying to leave and y'all try to hold me hostage with those questions. Please ask questions now. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. We all share the head together. Me back again. There you go. Appreciate the question. I got diagnosed for cervical, sciatica, because I am a doctor. I ain't gonna fucking say that word, and I want to tie it to my service time. I do not have my C file. Okay. Can I file with a personal statement? Okay, so are you already service connected for cervical strain? Is my first question. If you're service connected for cervical strain, is an easy secondary on top of that. Or were you recently were you recently diagnosed with cervical strain and no tinnitus? Alright, you gotta be specific, ME. Okay, so do you have a service connection for cervical strain already? Because I don't see how you can secondary sciatica to tinnitus. Come on, dog. Providing you some clarity, but you can definitely put a personal statement with that. Motherfucker, LA, Debo. How can I get 100% from 90%? I think we talked about this a few times, brother man. You definitely got to evaluate your current medical profile. Whatever your service connected for right now, see if you can increase that disability. Say if you're 30% for migraines, you can definitely increase. If you're at 30% or 50% for mental health, you can definitely increase it to 50 or 70. What's up, motherfucker? Even Steven, motherfucker. Yes, sir. Once you've exhausted all of your current service-connected disabilities to increase, go back to your service treatment record, or at the same time, whenever you're filing an increase, if you see anything else that's in your service treatment record, file for it. You definitely will need, some complaints, diagnosis, obviously, personal statement always. Or if your already service-connected disabilities are causing and creating secondary disabilities, that's a relevant as well. Waiting on you, Emmy. Are you already suspected for cervical strain, Emmy? Because it's good that you have a diagnosis of sciatica in your upper extremity, but definitely, you gotta provide with some clarity, please. Motherfucking Emmett! Yo, what's up, big guy? Yes, sir. I've been working on my combat PTSD claim, okay. But only been seeing a psychiatrist for a couple of months, but do have a diagnosis in hand. Okay, how long before submitting a claim? 3 to 6 months. So, if you already have everything that you need right now, diagnosis, that psychiatrist assessing your medical profile and tying PTSD back to your military service, obviously. Your stressor has been identified for PTSD, and you have symptoms in that medical record, in that medical record, along with, it'll either be in your medical record or you will need to provide a personal statement. I still recommend providing a personal statement to capture impacts to your personal and your work life. So if you have a diagnosis, you have your stressor identified, that psychiatrist has attributed PTSD to your combat history, as well as symptoms, impacts to your personal and your work life, you ready to submit that claim. But if you think you need a little bit more medical evidence, if you're missing any of those, I recommend, stick with the doctor. You could definitely put in a claim now, but, at least I would say start your intent to file. Start your intent to file. Keep building medical evidence. You got a whole year to submit it. You don't want to... Mike ain't... Test. How's Mike? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear your boy? Test, 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 test. Oh, your mic is covered. It shouldn't be. Oh, all right, it's good now. Let me just fucking put it up here. Oh, Gucci Killers. Appreciate the. There you go. Hopefully, that answers your question, Everett. Test, 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 test. Can you hear me? Is it better? Just put this motherfucker a little bit higher. Test, test. I don't want it to be like, in my throat. Is it good now? Test, 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 test. Gucci? All right, good. All right, Gucci Killers. Gucci Killers, appreciate y'all. Okay. But hopefully that answers your question, Everett, motherfucking ME. I'm going to go to the direct service connection due to my work. No service connection for what you said. Okay. You should, if you have treatment or, issues, if you're going to tie it to work-related issues, you definitely need, some type of complaints in service. If you do, or if you don't, in absence of complaints, personal statement and buddy statements will be good, but you're definitely going to still need a current diagnosis as well as at least your medical provider attributing, okay, you're young, you're active, or, regardless of the case, they reviewed your service treatment record, they understand and seeing, what type of work you did in the military, what you're doing now. More than likely, that cervical strain with sciatica in your upper extremities was caused by your military service if you try to take the direct route. Oh, want to tie it? Okay, I want to tie it. I think I already said that. Yeah, want to tie it to my service connection directly with only my personal statement and my work in the motor pool. Okay, yes, sir. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Hopefully that answers your question, motherfucker. Appreciate the. What's up, Christopher? What's good with it? Motherfucking Mr. Cannon. Motherfucking even Stevens better now drop the sweet tea on the mic. Yes, sir. Sweet tea was dropped on that motherfucking mic, though. But yeah, hopefully I answered your question, Emmy. Hopefully I answered your question. I know it was like kind of drawn out. I was trying to, get to the bottom of this. But hey, as y'all coming in, y'all got any questions on the VA disability claims process, high value VA claims, denied VA claims, anything at all? Let your boy know. No problem, Emmy. Always and forever. Hey, that's not Keith Sweat. I think that's like Luther Vandross or some shit like that. Me. Anything else? Did I miss something? Questions, comments. Hey, as y'all coming in, by all means, let your boy know any questions. Hopefully I don't hear the belly grumbling. Any insight on QTC for compensation and pension exams? QTC is good. If you want to advice if they're good or not. But I went through QTC a few times. Every time I went through the QTC, they were good, thorough. The doctors weren't except for one doctor. And that was for my mental health increase. I've spoke about it a couple of times. And that doctor, he was just like, insomnia is 30% for insomnia. That's good. You should be grateful. I'm like, you should be grateful I don't break my knee off in your ass. I came in here for a good reason. Get your boy. Read this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But aside from that, only incident, not incident, but that one, me with the therapist for that C&P exam through QTC. All my other experiences with QTC has been good for my hearing. My migraines, I did plantar fasciitis, pes planus with them, IBS, GERD. Definitely, QTC is good. When I did my supplemental for my back, I went through VES, as well as for my supplemental for my sleep apnea, I went through VES as well. That put some clarity on it. Motherfucking Joy Lass. Been out of service 15 years. Have 10% for tinnitus. Ready to file secondary for migraines. How many months should I build a paper with the VA Health before filing? I would say, sheesh. Okay. If you haven't been into medical in the last 15 years, hopefully you have, and you got some type of complaint history over the years. I would definitely recommend, yes, going to your doctor, complaining about it, using the secure messages. Because if you put it in a secure message, they have to respond to it. And if they don't respond to it, You can use those non-responses as well as responses to and from as medical evidence. Okay, I've been complaining about it. You want to build up the causation. You just can't get a diagnosis for anything and then, okay, I'm going to stick it right here. Definitely you want to go in, build the causation, build the medical history, the complaints. I'll say anywhere from 5 to 6 months. I mean 5 to 6 months. 6 months, 3 to 6 months, good. As long as you get a diagnosis, you have your causation identified by that doctor, as well as for migraines specifically and for mental health. Aside from getting a diagnosis and getting a service connected, you need to show how is it impacting your personal and your work life in order to open up the 30 and the 50% for migraines, as well as 30% or higher for mental health. And if you're trying to get 30 and 50, you still need, prostrating. You need that word up in there, complain to your doctor and stuff like that. But definitely, since you've been out so long, I would recommend tacking on a personal statement on there as well as any buddy statements if you can obtain one, either through work, spouse, friends, family. Motherfucker, Emmy, I got diagnosed for Emmy is GERD. GERD. Why you keep putting the T at the end of it? From my family doctor, my VA doctor for gastro gives me the medications. Okay, but no diagnosis. What should I do? What should I do a VA message? Okay. Probably when should I do a VA message? I say just that, just like that. But hey, I've been getting IBS, for the last. Okay, you've been getting medication for the last few months to a few years, and if you've asked about, why haven't I gotten a diagnosis yet, they'll be like, okay, whatever. But if you haven't, like, okay, ask them. I mean, regardless if you have or haven't, I would say, hey, I've been treated. I went to my family doctor. They assessed me. They actually diagnosed me with IBS now because, for some reason, y'all haven't, blah, 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 add this to my medical record. And it's just as simple as that. If you have any updates that you want to provide to the VA, you can either do it with your primary care provider or you can just send it to the records. And eventually it's going to get to your primary care provider. But, I recommend that if you're still going to be dealing with that VA medical provider on a daily basis, definitely, you want to give them a little courtesy before they try to, throw some salt on. No problem. Joy last, no problem. Appreciate the strive. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Hopefully y'all drinking your water because it's a hot day. What is it right now? 105. Get out of here. Hey, as always, y'all got any questions on the VA disability claims process, denied VA claims, high value VA claims, let your boy know. Active duty military, transitioning out, BDD, first claims. Yeah, but for those of y'all who've been out for a while, I always recommend that y'all provide a personal statement, because if you don't have continuity of care, meaning fluent medical history, not like you got out in fucking 2006 and no one's seen you since then, you definitely need to provide the VA, whenever you submit that claim for VA disability benefits, with an explanation. You definitely need to explain yourself. Emmy, is it hard to build a paper trail with the VA when you only see your team doctor once every 6 months and specialist once a year like neurology? If you only stop right there, yeah, it'll be hard. But if you plus up and utilize the secure messaging, like, hey, I can't get in because obviously I'm working, or you're fucking 300 miles away, I'm not going to be in here every day. However, I am going, if you're going to urgent care, or if, you want an assessment via telehealth, they should be offering you telehealth. If you want to do that, you can do that. At bare minimum, you should be utilizing that secure messaging, because it shows a frequency of complaining to your primary care provider, regardless if they answer it or not. And you can always send them a secure message, wait a day or two, wait a week, depending on your patient levels, because hey, follow up with a call. Whenever you call in, they're gonna be typing shit down. It's recorded. They gotta type it down, blah blah. Fucking vet called in asking about his complaints and secure messages. You know, fucking, we sent this shit in to his primary care provider, and they're still MIA. But definitely, you're still building that medical evidence at the bare minimum through secured messages. Oh. 100%. 100%, baby. Excellent. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Any questions at all? Hey, as y'all coming in, y'all got any questions on the VA disability claims process? High value VA claims, denied VA claims, let your boy know. Anything at all? Anything at all? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. If I don't get a question, I'm out. I am out. It's kind of hot in front of this window. Boy, roasting. Slow roasting like a holiday honey baked ham. You understand me? I'm like, Hey, should I try to get my C file from the VBA? I would. I mean, I suggest you do. Or fucking WMBS file? What the fuck is the Wimbles? What's the Wimbles file? I've never heard of that file. Definitely go check it out. Let me screenshot that. No, I've never heard about that file, but definitely you should request your C file, especially if you're still in the VA claims process. Even afterwards, if there's some things that you want to come back later on in the future, file a clear, unmistakable error. Definitely you want to fucking have that file with you. Motherfucker, Eva Stevens. Having meds from the VA, does it help a claim? Having medication from either VA or private physicians, it does help your claim, but it depends on how are you trying to utilize the medication for your claim. Are you trying to build for a secondary condition? If so, you definitely need to have complaint and causation history identified from your treating physician. Especially if you're trying to, do the sleep apnea route for PTSD or depression, low back pain, medication and stuff like that, GERD, IBS. You definitely want to build the medical evidence, the history, complaints, and show causation. Causation is the main thing you should be worried about when utilizing medication, for example. And I do got a good video on medication and how to build secondaries. Check that video out. It's on the live. It's not on the live. It's on. I think it's like one of my most trending videos, if not the second one. The file the DAV and VSOs have access to. That should just be your service treatment record, medical record. Okay, medical records that they have access to. Okay. Some VS, if they have access, I think you're talking about VBMS. That's probably what you meant. VBMS, the Veterans Benefit Management System. So that's pretty much your C file. But some VSOs, all right, yeah, there you go. Some VSOs, even mine, they were not willing to download that file because it's so large. But I did turn around, went to the VA, put in a FOIA request online, and that took about September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, 9 months to receive. And I put in that C file request prior to submitting my final claim, and I didn't get it until after my last C&P exam. So it just depends. But yeah, expect to wait though. Expect to wait, because there's a lot of veterans trying to get a hold of their C file or just medical records, just due to the PACT Act. A lot of shit is slowed down due to the PACT Act presumptive claims. Joy Last, how do you get a copy of your military records? You can go to what's it called? The National Archives. You can request it on there. You could possibly see if it's an online version of your medical record. You would need to create a DS login if you don't already have one. It's the same login you would use to log into eBenefits or va.gov if you're not using your My Healthy Vet login or the ID Me. But at the very least, I think on at least eBenefits, you need just your DS login for login, as well as you need to upgrade to the premium. Once you do that, you can go to Google, type in a TRICARE patient portal. It'll take you to the online node to where you can download and view a digital copy of your military service treatment history. But those are the only two options that I do know. If you have a DD-214 and you provide it to the VA, they should be able to pull your fucking medical profile somewhere from the matrix. I don't know how they do it. But I know when I started my claims process, I didn't have to give it to the VA because when I got out, at least with the Marine Corps, they uploaded everything into like a digital database and then they sent it over. The only thing I needed to give the VA was my DD-214. Hopefully that answers your question. Me. Questions, comments, concerns, motherfucking Emmy. Can my team doctor update all my VA problem list diagnosis, or do I have to go each? No. Your team can update everything at once. Like you don't have to go fucking sleep study, motherfucking goddamn ear, nose, and throat. No, you don't have to go to specific specialists. Like if you have any outside diagnosis or treatment, just push it all to your fucking treatment team, and they should be able to update all that. They might possibly call you in to follow up, with all this stuff. But I mean, if you're only going in semi-annually, every few months, once a year, I'm like, hey, we'll catch you at the next one. I'm like, okay, cool. But until then, I'm getting all this good medical evidence from my family doctor. Fuck out the way, y'all ain't stopping me from getting these benefits, baby. You understand me? Questions, comments, concerns. Hey, appreciate y'all joining. Y'all got any questions on the VA disability claims process? Let me know. ME, thank you, Doctor of VA Information. Appreciate the stripe, dog. Appreciate, I'll try my best, Try my best. The VA claims process is stressful. I know it. I was there with y'all. It's like I still relive it as I'm helping veterans. I'm like, God damn, fuck, yo. Just want to throw this bottle through a fucking window sometimes. But hey, any other questions, comments, concerns, anything at all? All right, nothing for me. Hey, this motherfucking okay. Even Stevens. There you go. Can you expand more on how you can use your VA health team to boost your claim? So, hopefully your team is good. I mean, if not, you gotta fucking pester them. And if they're still not helping you out, you can always put in a complaint, talk to their head doctor or head nurse in charge. Just keep complaining about it until they either change their tone or they switch you to a different team and they're helpful. At that point, you can either call in. I recommend sending a secure message prior to calling or physically going in, because at that point, okay, my complaint is there. They have to either acknowledge it. If they don't acknowledge it, it's at least there. So whenever you do call or go in there physically, you can be like, hey, I sent in a secure message about my migraines. I've been getting, 6 times a week, and y'all haven't gotten back to me yet. What's going on with that? You can always bring it up on the phone, telehealth, or in person. And as they're helping you, or at least, the lack thereof, if they're not, if you're sending messages, you're calling in, you're physically going in to see that team, hey, they're going to document all of that. They're going to add items to your problems list. Regardless if you have a diagnosis of it or not, it's going to be added. And if you're trying to seek treatment options, if you want to go in and get an X-ray, MRI, you can call up that department directly. Like, hey, I've been trying to get an MRI for fucking 2 years. My doctor has his fucking head in the fucking donkey's ass. I'm not sure where his head at. It's in someone's ass. But can you ping back to him, let him know I need a MRI scheduled because I have pain in my back, my fucking neck, and my knees. My knees are blown out. They've been blown out for the last 10 years and shit. So, hey, that's definitely a way to build your medical evidence for claims. You need to show causation. Not causation, but, motherfucking fluid complaints throughout the years. And even once you reach 100% permanent total, revisit all that shit once a year. Up until you've at least reached the 10-year rule. 20-year rule. At 20 years, your shit's completely protected. Ain't fucking come back getting shit. I'm like, nah, baby, you ain't getting nothing. Only thing you getting is a kiss on my ass cheeks. Motherfucker, keep sweat. Oh, those secure messages really help to build your case. Yes, sir. And I have utilized my secure messages through like old secure messages for my sleep apnea claim. I tacked those on as well as all my secure messages are just messages to and from my current private primary care provider. Motherfucker, Emmy. Hey, as y'all coming in, by all means, y'all got any questions on the VA disability claims process? High value VA claims, let your boy know. If you like the content, hit the fucking like button. Stop fucking holding that shit hostage. Motherfucker, Emmy, I filed a claim and I have a C&P exam. Okay, Gucci Killers. And I have another claim ready in 1 month and I want to file it. Will the rater that is working on my current claim get the new claim I will be filing? Okay, so it depends. They should see it, but you want to make sure that they actually acknowledge it coming in. And you do that, obviously, hopefully you're working with a VSO. Okay, cool. And hopefully you're not attaching it to like a new, intent to file. If you have an intent to file, you know, you got a claim open, you already got some things completed, pending, you got a C&P exam, whatever the case may be. Prior to that claim finalizing, you can always submit new things. But you got to make sure that that VA rater and that claim specialist who's, you know, processing it, wherever fuck, that they acknowledge it, they see it. I'm like, okay, if you're going to have something in 2 months or in a month, hopefully that claim is not closed prior to that. You know, a month is a long time, especially, you know, depends on when your C&P exam falls. Hopefully it's not tomorrow, and then you got a month from there. But you definitely want to collect that information, send it to your VSO. If you don't have a VSO, you can always utilize Access VA. You can upload things directly into your claims folder that's currently being active. And then I would follow up by contacting Vera, have them give you a call specifically on claim status. And you're like, hey, you can let them know physically, hey, that's a VA rater, either current or prior, at the VA regional office that's dealing with the claim. Hey, I'm currently in the claims process. I got 2 things pending, you know, adjudication. I just went in for a C&P exam for 2 things, as well as I went and I added 1 or 2 more things to this overall claim. I'm just calling to let y'all know I uploaded everything for this in Access VA, or I have my VSO uploaded. I'm just verifying that you see it. As well as you can ask whoever gives you a call from Vera, hey, can you send a message to the VA rater that's specifically dealing with my claim? Take knowledge of that. Motherfucker. ME, I'll be filing a brand new claim and would not like it added to the current claim at all. Okay, yeah, definitely. I would definitely, hopefully you got a VSO. Like, hey, I got a second intent to file, add this claim to that one. So they can, they have different effective dates if that's what you're trying to maintain. Especially for like any secondary issues. Yeah. Questions, comments, concerns? All right, hey. This motherfucking Debo out. Y'all say Gucci with it. Yes, sir, Emmy. Until next time, I'm about to go hit them porcelain balls. If y'all know what I mean. If you